Hello everybody and welcome back to another session of Anno. Now in this episode or in this session I want to focus on a bit more economy and also conquest. As always, it's economy and conquest. We are also building up more royal galleons now once again. So they are coming out. We need them for additional trade routes. In Kareth, where we're looking right now, Kareth finally is a bit more stable, as we can see. And it's just looking really romantic here, I gotta say that. It's a very green island and it's going to stay that way. It's a farmer island primarily, so we're going to have a little town center here then later. And just around the corner we have then the grain farms. The grain farms do need though oil soon, so we can boost their production even more. And that is one thing. One thing is we need to do now too is the coal deposits. We do have a couple of coal deposits here in Kareth. And we also are losing ships there again to cotton fabric and whatnot. And we can build now some coal mines in Kareth. That is something we need to do here. I think I've also sent another ship. Yeah, we got now 3 ships on the grain trade route, something that is absolutely needed. And then we're going to have once again another trade route here for the coal, because as we can see the coal is totally down in crownfuls and we do need quite a lot of it to produce the steel, and the steel consumption is going up even more now with the upcoming things that we need to do. The newspaper guy, we need to do something here once again, so we're going with no anarchist propaganda, but we're going with some money minus consumption again and some happiness as always. Let's make it 10 happiness only so we can save a bit of influence there as well, and just don't get shocked by the balance there. So once the newspaper propaganda runs out, of course we're going deep red, and my goal of course as well is to have no propaganda anymore and still be positive. But this is, with the low income settings, a bit hard to achieve all the time. Now I do need some bricks still for Kareth, so this is what we're getting over there, and some steel beams. And steel beams we also have a bit more again, so this is a good upside here. So there we have that. Wait a second, I just need to have a connection there between the warehouses so they work. And another thing is we still have over here another coal deposit right next to my oil deposits that I could have here already. Yes, right, totally right. We have oil in Kareth too that I can use for the tractors, and this is actually something we should be doing. First of all, let's just have this coal deposit there as well. As we can see, we are getting some bricks here anyway, but I still need to get more bricks now for the upcoming constructions. And then we're going to have another oil mine then. Coal mine, that is. Now that we have the coal mines, this is very much needed in that area so that we get the coal out. Oh, the money. This is most likely because, yes, once again, the beer. It's just following me everywhere. Now the good thing is the more engineers we have, the less beer we need. It's still the problem though here with the beer. Let's just check the trade routes on that. We have one trade route only, and there's the muzzle cracker ship on the way. So it's at the moment docked here. So we just unloaded quite a lot of hops there, so this should be enough. It's 150 tons. This is definitely twice as much already as we used to have here with all the hops plantations here. So hopefully there's even more coming in. I've also built here the Schnapps distillery now in Halfbrink to get the population happiness up there a bit, so we can boost the outcome of the hops farms even more. But of course we never really have enough hops, so I might actually need to boost them as well with some electricity. Oh, sorry, with the tractors. Now here I'm just waiting now, so as we can see the hops is in now. Hopefully that is enough on that part. And another thing is now that the trader is coming for Kareth then with the bricks. We still need to get another royal galleon down there to Kareth for the oil, right? So we have the oil deposits here. This is going to need a lot of steel beams and also some windows and reinforced concrete, and that is what I need to get over there. So the bricks are coming. And now also with, what is the name of this ship? Lord Algernon. And Lord Algernon is going to be now on this route, and we're going to deliver some steel beams once again, the windows and the reinforced concrete. And that is something we can have in Kareth, so that we can build up for the first time also our tractors for these grain farms. They're waiting for it. And we can also use the time while we wait on those things to continue upgrading our town. Now I have a lot of farmers here that I want to upgrade now to workers. As we can see though, we need to be careful with the farmer population because we don't have farmers forever. There we still have a few farmers looking around in the back. And it's only costing us a bit of timber, that's a good thing. The workers are increasing though once again my consumption rate then. So we will also need to upgrade a lot of workers now. We do have a few here to artisans. Hello you sexy artisans. And also those guys here to even more artisans. Those guys, unfortunately the artisans cost us steel beams, so we cannot have too many of them everywhere. There we have another block of them. Right, in this center there I can definitely have way more still. And we should be upgrading them to engineers then as quickly as possible, because as artisans they want, well, once again, even more beer than before. And I'm already at the limit there. Though we might just do something, we could just copy this whole beer district and get it up somewhere else as well, right? Somewhere here in the back, we still have plenty of space for yet another beer production if we really need to go that route. Let's check it back here. Do we have the bricks? Nope, no bricks yet. There they are coming for our next oil production then. Now back in Kareth, another cool thing that we can do now is, first of all, Spindle Needle is going to be on our new coal, on our latest coal trader, so between Kareth and Crown Falls, and we're going to choose here now the coal. There's already some coal in store, very good. We're not going to make it full because a clipper, when it's fully utilized, is very slow, and I don't want that. Spindle Needle, there it is. It's probably one of the last clippers that I'm going to utilize here for a trade route, right? This is one on the way now. Another one of my frigates got destroyed, but a frigate is not a big loss. Probably by that battle cruiser that we can take out with the fleet anyway. This is that. Now, what we still need to do here now in Kareth is very exciting. We are getting our next coal, oil production up. So I'm going to unload my building resources. Up here we have it. So there I'm going to have now the electricity, the oil refinery. We can use all of them in one building. Perfect. And then I'm going to need my fuel. So we have the small oil harbor that we need once again. We always need that. It's kind of like the storage of this island. And it's also, of course, our export then later if we need to. So we can have this guy here just in the harbor area. I could also have the oil storage then in the center, and I do need a fuel station, right? The fuel station we need to have the fuel station close to these grain farms there, because the grain farms are getting then the fuel from the fuel station and, well, get some tractors out of there. And in that case, yeah, we could have it here. As we can see, we can actually use all the grain farms with one fuel station, or here. Here in the center, we have the problem though that I want to use that space there. So we might just have it on this side, because we also have a lot of grain farms there. Let's just say, or we just use two fuel stations in total. Then I would have to need one here, or one up here, and one over here for those. Let's use the first one for those guys here, right? So let's use it in this area. We can reach almost all of them to boost them. Righto, and with paved roads we can do this with even more of them. Let's build the first one right here. There we got it. And the only thing we need now is a train, of course, passing then through once again. Now this train is going to destroy a few of the grain farms that we're going to have there. Here we have the oil refinery. Let's just get the tracks now down here. Yes. Having the paved roads right away makes it actually easier, because we really only need one fuel station, because with the paved roads now it's affecting all of the grain farms just like we want to. In that case, the only thing I need now is the tracks connecting down here. The problem though is, and we do have a problem here, the problem is that I'm cutting through the grain farms then, right? So if I want to use all the grain farms, at some point I will need to utilize that. First of all, what we can do is, the tractor barn needs the steel machines anyway, so it's a good thing I haven't built that yet. But we might need to build the tracks then somewhere around it, or we just move these farms there by 1 inch. 1 inch will be perfectly fine. But first of all, I do need the machines, the steam motors. And that is something that I want to do now, because with that we can use two things. First of all, the glasses, right? So the glasses need the brass, and we have the steam motors that need the brass as well. So in that case, this is our next big production. The brass smeltery is reducing attractiveness and the steam motor is reducing attractiveness. So in that case, we need to be careful about these things, but I'm pretty sure once we have the palace, we can boost it up there anyway. Now, something that is really annoying and we want to do now is the new world, and that is Princess Jing. I hate her at this point, and we are going to make her suffer for it, that she is so annoying in my pawn. Let's just, first of all, yeah, we have the main fleet here. Let's destroy this ship there, and then I'm taking over the western frontier. So this whole island there will be mine now. Let's just do this real quick, fast forwarding a bit, and as we can see, my ships are going against this one. There's the battlecruiser coming, no problem about that. Taking down another ship might be fine, and yes, she sees that anyway, and there it's down. And let's move over here. Where's the wind coming from at the moment? We're sailing against the wind, so we will have to sail over this point and then use the wind to rush into the port. She has taken down yet another one of my ships. Actually, here. My fleet is already on the move. Coming closer there because she could actually take this island there most likely with one battlecruiser alone. So I will need to do this as well then. Very good. Another one of her battlecruisers is going down. And she still has a few ships there. We might also take this island here. We could take it. I'm pretty sure we could take it. My fleet, meantime, is now going towards this island there. Still against the wind there a bit. And then we are using the wind for our advantage. And thus the attack has started. And let's focus the heavy towers first. And I will definitely lose 2 ships there. The first one is already taking heavy damage there. Let's move my heavy warship a bit to the front there as well. It's much tankier than the rest. The first warship of mine is down. They're taking a lot of hits now, these towers there. It's incredible. My harbor is under attack. No, it's just a ship passing through. No problem there. The first tower is down. I haven't lost a ship yet. Very good, even though they're taking heavy damage there. There's another one now. Morale is starting to crumble. She's not sending in her warships. She has a few here out there. She's not sending them in just yet. It's one of her bigger islands, right, with the cotton on board, so we definitely do need to take it. And there we lost a first ship. Perhaps she wants to go at peace after this one, though I have my doubts. Oh, look at that! She's building another tower just there. What the? This is, after 400 hours, the first time that I see an AI building active defense right in the middle of the battle. I think we might just lose this one now. Though I'm not sure. This is down. Now we need to go with this. This is not firing yet because it needs to ramp up its defense there first. So we can still destroy it. But look at how many hits it takes, right? I might lose this warship there, but it's fine because it might save the other ones. After this one is down, it's just a few smaller cannons. If she's not rebuilding. And then we might have a real problem. This one down at least, as my next warship is going down. I will need to rebuild. I will need to rebuild while the siege is going. We're going to build 2 more heavy warships and also here 2 more heavy warships. Another one is going down. Oh god, this is not good looking. Because she's rebuilding her towers. Incredible. Let's take down the main building next because it has a cannon. These are just some smaller guns here, right? They're not doing a lot of damage. If she's sending in now ships from the back, we might be really screwed. We still have a chance here. Though it's a small one. I still have a few battleships in the region, but I'm not going to waste them on something like that. Oh boy, this is not good looking. I think I might have to pull out. In Sleepy Hollow, can I also produce some ships there? Yes, I can. Let's build another 2 heavy warships and another 2 heavy warships after the Royal Galleon here in Sleepy Hollow too. Ah, very good. But that was a hard one. Let's conquer this island. And it's ours now. That was probably the hardest harbor battle yet. We also got some epic items there. A jellyfish. And quite some items there. But this has taken a toll. So our main fleet is crippled now in the New World. But we've won an island. That is still worth a lot more. Let's just check her real quick. She has lost even more score now. She still doesn't want to go with ceasefire. Even though we could flatter her. Also, giving her a bit of money is actually fine. So we get the reputation up there a bit at least. Right, so for now this might be fine. Balance is fine anyway. Pooh. There's actually some gold here and coffee. There's a lot of coffee there. Right, Western Frontier belongs to us now. It is a coffee island and it has no rivers. So we might actually start building something up here too. We should have some ships available. There it is one. Let's take all the timber that we have here in Rio Grande and some bricks. And let's move that over here now to the Western Frontier. So this is where we have a nice space for some coffee plantations. It's basically all I wanted. Because we don't have much space here. In Playa del Carmen, however, we can still get up our production then for the coffee itself, the coffee roasters. Now this gunboat here, I'm going to use the Viper on the plantain. So that is where I'm sending it now. And that should still be fine and everything, right? But that was hard. I think she is actually... Nah, it's just a clipper that is coming in there from an old trade route most likely. Now finally the coal is also coming into Crown Falls, and what we can see then here is that finally also the steel is going up again. The malt is going up pretty high there too, and the hops is going up. So we might actually be able now to push our beer production there even further, even though we do have a nice beer rate now coming in. And in that case, we have now no farmers here in Crown Falls right now. Because, why? Because we are running out of fish. So my fish trade route has been destroyed. And I forgot to put it up there again. So now there's more fish coming in. So hopefully this is getting up. But what we can also do is in Karoth, let's just check here. Do we have the fish? We have. We can build a few more farmers in Karoth as well. Karoth, by the way, is really having the plague quite often. We have a hospital here. And still, there is a huge plague raging again in Karoth. So this island is a bit dirty, it seems. Or those people are not very hygienic and just doing those things there all the time. Right, so we have a beautiful production right now of those things. I'm not going to boost my beer now because we're going to have electricity here anyway. So what we can do up next, and that is pretty important, is now finally I have a bit of time for the brass smelteries. So the brass smelteries do need the zinc mines. They produce every 30 seconds, and the copper mine. Right, so having one of them actually supports 2 brass smelteries. That I can have up to 6 brass smelteries in Crown Falls, and the spectacle factory. Now those things I'm going to have up here though. This is where I'm going to have my brass and my spectacles. My steam motors, which is more important now, is the first thing I'm doing, and that is something I'm doing down here. So let's just go for the zinc deposits that we have there. This one here, for example. And let's just connect it with a paved road there to the warehouse. Right, that is zinc number 1. Zinc number 2 already is right next to a warehouse. And zinc number 3 up here in Nowhere Town, close to another copper though, that we need to use now as well. Let's get the road up there. Right, let's build the warehouse and let's build the 2 zinc mines here, or the copper mine and the zinc mine right away. So all the zinc we are utilizing, and that means I can now have up to 3 additional copper deposits. One I'm already using, so I can now use another one here. That is going then right to the warehouse there. Yes, I'm going to lose a bit of efficiency there on the forester, but it's fine. Let's also upgrade the warehouse there. And another one up here. Very good. Right, so those mines are working now. We might actually, how's the happiness looking? It's not ideal. I would have boosted it otherwise, but that is fine. So I can now have 6 brass smelters for the beginning. Let's have them up here once again in my already ugly district. So there we have the power station that can stay here then. And up here now we can then also go for the brass, right? So that's these factories. Fortunately, they're a bit small. The steam motor lines I will have by the coast, and the spectacle factories I can also have down here then. So they're the not so ugly buildings I can have down here. There's the train coming in, boosting it, and the 6 brass smelteries. Let's just have them up here. Righto. There's also space for another warehouse. We should use that. And just for the future, I might then also continue with a few more of those guys here as well. Right, so we can have a few more. And yep, let's build all 6 of them right away. This is, of course, crushing my attractiveness once again. But I'm pretty confident that with the palace, we can boost that attractiveness up to the maximum once that is possible. So there we have them, getting us the brass. Finally, very good. I think with the glass we might be pretty full as well. Yes, we are having a good surplus of glass, so I could actually go with the spectacle factories as well. Right, we have 6 of these brass smelteries here now. That's 6 per minute that I can produce. The spectacle factory is 50% slower in that regard, so I can have around 3 of these spectacle factories. Oh, sorry. I can have up to 9 of these spectacle factories, but I'm not going to use that now because the steam motors are far more important and they're actually pretty fast. So they produce every 45 seconds, and don't forget, they're also getting boosted here now by the electricity. So I'm going to build 3 of them, and that should be fine. That should be the end of it for the steam motors for quite some time. Let's just have all 3 of them here. Let's also have just paved roads then here as well. In this very ugly district, let's also have another warehouse that we can squeeze in here just by the coast. And then basically let's build all 3 of them. Boom, there they are. And this is actually looking pretty dystopian, but nice at the same time, right? And the people that live here, well, far away they can see the heavy factories over there, and this is going to be a nice little factory district that we can have then here as well, where we can also see the factories. We might as well also have a little wall around it. Yeah, and as we can see, it is boosted by electricity. It consumes steel and brass now, and that's for good. Now with the brass up here, I'm pretty sure those guys here are the... Oh no, actually they need workers. I thought it would be artisans. Nope, then I cannot boost their productivity for now. Let's have a look at the mines real quick. I think the coal mine, that is workers too. I can't allow any overproduction there anymore. What I could be doing is, though, since bricks is now fine, let's reduce the productivity of the clay pit and the brick factory. That's not doing a lot though. It's only changing it by 1. We might also do nothing else here though, right? Oh, the mold houses I could reduce. Nope, changing nothing. Alright, so that's fine for now. And at least we have now the steam motors, finally. And with that, with the steam motors, we can now... What we can do now is, we can now build the Steam Shipyard. It also requires electricity, just like the motor assembly lines. Let's just check how far the oil power plant goes. And lo and behold, it goes right down here to the coastline, where we can then utilize it. There we have the Steam Shipyard, and we might actually just place it here, just beside the oil harbor. We might also use this space here for some additional depots. And just look what I found as well here. We also have the monuments for the harbor available now. That is the harbor monuments, the historical harbor master office, beautiful buildings there, and the warehouse as well, that I can then utilize on a beautiful harbor space. But for now, Steam Shipyard, there it is in all its glory, consuming a bit of electricity, and that's fine then. Then we have the paved roads, and we can now enter the age of cargo and steam battle cruisers. And what we can also see here is a few new ships that are coming along, like the battleship and like the ironclad ship. So that's going to be interesting.